Haku Oku, Tohonktu, Joshua Martinez and his band of Chumash Indians. I am here today to discuss how our Wilton Rancheria Education Department and the administration got this program running, and with the help of Department of Sound and everything like that. So first of all, let's introduce our crew here, my co-hosts.
Hi, I'm Sari Mihi. I'm the executive assistant for Wilton Rancheria, and as you can see, we're the ones that brought this in to Wilton.
So my question is like, how did you hear about this? Because you brought this into me.
Yeah.
And then you were just like, this is a great idea. And I'm like, what is this? And I wanted to know basically is how this came to your like point of view and everything like that.
So SNAC reached out to me, or they gave my contact information to Department of Sound. And I was like, okay, I looked through, like, okay, they were giving me the pitch for this, and it seemed so interesting. I looked at their website, I saw what they did with the Ochadihi, and all this amazing stuff with the youth that they did. So I was like, okay, you know what? We'll bring something in different for the Wilton Rancheria's youth. And I'm like, okay, let's get Josh involved and we'll make this happen. But yeah, so ever since then, we've had over the past year, actually.
Oh yeah, it started
since December,
I think 2023. It was basically how it started.
Yeah. And we were pushing and pushing. I think we had to put a little fight into this because I really wanted this opportunity for the kids. So I'm very grateful that, we have thankful for the leadership too, for allowing this to happen. But yeah, that was basically it. So I'm very thankful for SNAC too.
Honestly, I think when you brought this into me, I was looking at it as well in a way, because I was like, oh, this is interesting. It's a up and coming kind of program. I had some conversation with Nigeria, and Benoit was phenomenal and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But just getting that information and talking to the Tolowa area and just be like, what is it that this program does and how would that benefit the tribe in a way? Mm-hmm. And with the information that you provided me and how excited and enthusiastic you were was the main kind of point. I was like, all right, you know what? I'll take more of a look at this situation and see how it is, and doing that research and looking at it and seeing, oh yeah, no, this program, I could see it. If it gets started off correctly and right and it's for the right reason, how it could benefit the tribe and how it would make, let's say, Wilton Rancheria's future youth to actually expand on different pathways on the way it is, because it was very important to know that these kids have an opportunity to do something else. And honestly, yes, it was one of those things that we had to get that data, make sure it was provided right, and it was a conversation, having that conversation with vice chair, and then having that conversation with everybody else, and just showing this is an opportunity that we can't miss, and also an opportunity that it could grow into a better thing in the future. So yeah, that was a great thing. When starting off initially on kind of getting started and everything like that, when we're watching the classes and stuff, I did notice you were really interested in some of the aspects of it. And I kind of realized visualizing you and seeing how you're looking at, I feel like you wanted to take some of the classwork.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this makes sense. What was the thing that you noticed that the youth were doing that you were like, I want to learn something like that?
I think it's just opportunities right now, and I feel like we're at the time right now for the tribe to take advantage of every single opportunity they can get. And I think that's an amazing thing. It's I'm if they want to go back to school, if they want to go to college, I'm just do it. So this is for me, this is a chance to give them something that they're okay, you know what? We have time. Let's do it. Just do it at this point. So I feel I'm more motivated on that, because it's take advantage of anything that comes in your way, So it's if you didn't know you could make music, well, now you can, So it's you could see hidden talents. And I feel through this, I've seen a lot of the hidden talents from the kids, the confidence that they had to interview people. I'm if I was little, I don't think I could do that, So it's it's amazing to see the youth have so much talent and confidence. And there was this one time that Nigeria was doing this with the sound bowl or something like that, making you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the noise, the relaxation.
The relaxation. And then there was this one girl who was said everything right. Like she was mentioning like, oh, it helps with your soul. It helps with peace and all that kind of stuff. So it's like just seeing all that kind of stuff come from the little kids. It's like so amazing. And it's very motivating. So that's why I want to like make sure that if we have these opportunities, if we could take those and bring it to the youth here, let's do it.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that, because it is. And I mean, when I was young and everything, I would have loved to have something in this kind of like ability to even consider or do, just because it would have maybe expand my knowledge on doing something else. Maybe I would have been a famous podcaster or something in the future. But you know what? It could still happen. I got 20 years left of my body left on that. But again, it's like it's when you. Like for me, when I was watching like the setup and how this was being made, and I was there when the curriculum was kind of being made and built, I was like my concern, I wanted to make sure that it was focused on was the mental health portion, because that was the goal for me. Because again, mental health is important to us and to everybody. People have lost families from suicide to all that situation, and this was a good outlet to let people know, like, you know, there's better things in the world. Music can heal in a way. And that's like the most important thing to understand. And when they brought in their curriculum and understanding, that was the main focus for how we wanted it. And when I was there and listening to the courses, they implemented everything like perfectly in the way they can. 2 hours needs to be extended, so that's a thing. Maybe not having it once a week, but having it more than like maybe twice or 3 times a week would better implement how those kids more enticed into that situation. But it was important to see those kids smile, actually interviewing each other. Asking questions, laughing. I mean, it was a very healing experience, not even in a way of like just them doing music, but listening to them.
Just like, us seeing them do this is amazing.
Their work was ridiculously good.
Yes.
Like, literally,
I was mind blown. I was like, what? Like, this is really good.
Their music, their way that they were podcasting and stuff like that was truly amazing. And
like each person had their own, like you could see their personality come through the music, and it was so amazing just to see it. So it's like, honestly, it's like an honor and like kind of like a privilege to see this, because it's like, oh my goodness, like we're seeing their talent like shine, and they're like being more confident and all that kind of stuff. So, and then another thing on the mental health, health. One thing that I've learned throughout this is like a lot of them are finding their own self-identity, and this is like a perfect way for them to like figure out what they want to do with their life, right? Like this may not be like their future career, but something that they can help with, like with them to find peace within themselves, or like figure out what they can do, you know? So it's like the possibility is like they could do anything at this point, you know?
It's endless, how I describe it and everything like that. So let's kind of end this off pretty easily in a way. So what are the 3 main things that you loved, and what are the 3 main things that you want to maybe add into this course in the future, if you may weigh?
I'll start with the last 3. I do want to incorporate more of like their culture and traditions into this. I would like to see like in some way like that they could share a song, they could do like their talk about the creation story or something like that, right? Like be more like focused in like finding more about their culture in some way. So like for me, music, it helps you to know where you come from, right? Like me listening to my own music, I'm like, oh, this is like my background. This is my, this is who I am. So it's so important for them to also know about their own like indigenous roots. So by doing so, like sharing their song or like learning how to like sing the song or this and that, I think that would be so important. So mixing both of these together, I think it'll be perfect, like giving a little bit more culture and stuff like that. And then it does need to be a little bit longer. It was too short. It went by so quick. I wish it was a bit longer. And also kind of like doing like a huge like project or something like that for the kids. But I mean, it's the first year that we're doing it. So hopefully there's going to be more years coming up for it with Department of Sound and just having this partnership with Wilton Rancheria.
And I honestly, I like to see this grow and see it become more, something better in its own way. And even though this is a small step, it's a big step for Wilton.
Huge step.
Huge, wonderful, big step. Kids are loving it, which is great to know. And just seeing them here at the studio, doing a podcast, speaking up, doing something that they probably would have never thought they would be doing in their entire life, giving them that opportunity makes it a wonderful learning experience for them and for me, because again, I'm in a nice studio as well.
Me too. I didn't know I was going to be doing this.
And we're going to be doing something like this hopefully in the near future. Having some conversations with Nigeria. Nigeria. Just going to be coming down. So again, I appreciate you bringing this stuff to me. I appreciate you being there with me the whole steps. I appreciate that what you have did and what you are always thinking about others and just being there and being true to yourself in the way. I appreciate it 100%.
Don't make me cry now.
I will make you cry in that situation. But again, it's like this would not have happened if you did not have like spoken up or provided it to me or anything like that. And that is something that you got to take into heart, is that this literally would not have happened if you did not have done it.
Yeah.
And honestly, you should be proud about this because you did a wonderful job.
Thank you. And thank you for the support too. So we couldn't do this without you.
No worries.
So
I'm going to wipe my tears.
I know.
But again, I appreciate it. And again, I appreciate you guys listening into this wonderful podcast. And my name again is Joshua Martinez. I'm the education manager at Wilton Rancheria. And I am here with
Sari. We're signing off.
Yep. And I'll see you guys next time.